I hope I didn't change the title on this. Shoot. Okay. He changed the title. Let's go. Hello, everyone. I'm not muted, am I? No. Yeah, it's me. Okay. Let's see if we can get started. I have everything I need. I don't, but we'll get to that point. We can hear you? Okay. Let's see. Fix my hair. A little stretch. Pre-repair stretch. Everyone stay limber. There we go. Okay. Make this easier for Lewis. I'm going to start off with a clap, and we can get this repair on the road. Actually, wait. I got to see if my power supply works. Please be COM 3. You. Ooh. Ooh, I did not check that. That should have been the first thing I checked. Output on. No. I messed up. I messed up big time. Oh well. I'll be fine. That's not needed. Okay. What did I miss? No microfix, flex supply check. I'm in danger. Hi, Caleb. Get back to work. Tell Tim I said hi. Okay. Let's see. Hey. Oh, wait. I messed up. Try again. I'm really bad at announcing who I am, what I do. You know. You want to return the M1 Pro? And you spent $1,400 on that? What a waste of money. Okay, let's get this show on the road. Hey everyone, today I'll be fixing a 1286 MacBook Pro. Lewis did make a video about it. Some guy plugged in his battery. It was the wrong year, which ended up frying the circuit. I recommend you watch his video on that. It's about maybe 2 or 3 from the channel. Hello.
Lost my laptop.
Oh.
I found my laptop.
You found your laptop? All right. So what he did is he plugged in the wrong year battery. Ended up frying things because the polarity on the battery is different from the machine itself. So we're gonna take this board apart. I'm gonna show you what failed, and we're gonna fix it. Let's see. Let's grab our screwdrivers. These older models, they use Torque 6, which hopefully he has on his desk somewhere. He does not. All right, give me one moment. I gotta find a screwdriver. All right, cool. Yes, I'm reading my chat. Why wouldn't I read my chat? Okay. So this model is from 2012, and the battery he used is from 2009 or 2010, which is not good. And again, this is a very old model. I'm not sure, like, what the value in having something like this is. If you look on eBay for this exact logic board, the 3330, you'll find listings for around, just the logic board itself, for around $500, which is, like, when me and Paul saw that, that's kind of absurd. Considering you can buy, like, a 15-inch from 2016 for around 700, and that's the whole machine used and working. And it has a touch bar. It has, like, 20 times the processor that this does. It's weird. Why would anyone buy something like this? All right, got the board out of its case. I'm gonna use his DCN board because I don't think I have one around me. 1 second. Okay, put that aside. Oops. All right, let's see if my power supply software would show up. And it doesn't. Okay. That's fine. Let's see. We're just going to make do with what we have for now. And we'll fix it in the future. All right, so we have our MagSafe. We're going to plug it in. We're going to turn this on. All right, we're having some technical difficulties. Just give me one moment. I'm going to go resolve them right now. I'll be right back. All right.
Oh, do you know how to turn the power supply on?
Yes, you hit play on the.
You know how to turn the power supply on. So once the power supply is connected to the computer, you have to turn it on using the app.
Yeah, output on.
You hit output off.
Oh, yeah.
You hit output on to turn it off, and you hit output off to turn it on. It's kind of like Paul Daniels' software. It's probably designed in Australia where everything's upside down.
Thank you, Lewis. Let's get back to this repair. Okay. Sorry for the wait. Everything just lost all its settings for some reason. Then we go back to our overhead cam. You can see our board is turning on. However, if we were to measure the voltage on our PP bus, we would see that we get we gotta fix that. All right, just take my word for it. It is reading 12.2. It's a little cut off there, I think. Yeah. So we're supposed to get 12.56. We're getting 12.226, which means we are not getting any SMC communication to our battery. Even though we don't have a battery plugged in, but still, the concept is the same. It should always be 12.5 if there's no battery connected. So what had happened here is when he used the different year model battery, it killed his SMC, and it might have killed his ISL, but I'm going to replace both because I do not want to take the chance that the ISL may be damaged, because if we put our new SMC on, it might kill the ISL might kill the SMC again, and we might be, shit out of luck. So what we're going to do is I'm going to start off by replacing the ISL on this machine. Turn on our microscope. Get microscope in focus.
Yo, Bishop. Okay. Fix the damn multimeter.
Just slightly cut off. It's fine. I'll just use overhead. I'll use overhead.
Oh,
No.
that's not fair! What the fuck? You fucking cunt! Okay. Yes? Copy transform. Paste transform. Paste transform. Paste transform.
Oh, that's all the ones I need? Okay.
Paste transform. Paste transform. Export my scene collection.
Okay. This stream is brought to you by anything better than OBS. Don't use OBS. Okay. So, back to our microscope. You're going to see our ISL. We're going to start off by removing our ISL. And we're going to pretend nothing ever happened. Grab our happy little flux, and we're gonna try to calm down for just a moment. Everybody settle down. There's a board repair in progress. So we got our solder melted. We can remove this chip. Just like so. Just gotta find a donor board that doesn't have the ISL ripped off, which appears to be all of them. Okay, this one looks okay. Alright, we got our new ISL on, and now we have to take care of our SMC dilemma. So, I don't know what they used to, what was it? This edge bonding stuff, very hard to remove on these older models. Like, usually you use heat and they come right off. But for this one, they just don't want to budge at all. And I say that as this just flakes right off, yeah. They usually don't come off in one piece. Really sucks. So we're going to remove as much as we can, but most of the time you can't get rid of everything until the chip is removed. There we go. Gonna add some flux, make it budge easier. Alright, now that every single pad is wicked in that area, we're just going to make it nice and pretty again. Just like so. And that's where our new SMC is going to go, and this will be a nice, happy, fixed MacBook. So I'll put his logic board to the side for now. And we're going to work on reballing and replacing the SMC. So, got our donor board, donor SMC. And granted, this isn't the best looking donor board, but it is really hard to find models of this specific year. And you can't really buy this chip. You can only get it from a donor board because they have custom firmware on it. And Apple will not sell you this chip, unfortunately. So we have to buy something that has its PCH removed, its CPU removed, its GPU removed. Well, this is DCN connector. Our donor boards are used to the fullest. But this is the second to last one we have in our shop, and the other one looks even worse than this board. So this is all we can do at this point. So we have it in our SMC holder. Let me turn down the brightness a bit. There you go. And we're going to start off by wicking these pads. Now you want a flat surface, that way when you place new solder paste, all the pads will be evenly coated and the balls should be even. So I'm just going to wipe off all this gunk, and you can see some of these pads are oxidized, and that's just through time, so sometimes you have to scrape at them to get them alive again. So we got all our pads wicked. I'm going to wipe it with some alcohol and see which pads need to be scratched out. We just have about 10 on the right. Alright, so what we do is you can grab an X-Acto tool and just slightly dig at, oh. Okay, that's not a thing I want to see from my SMC. I'm going to scratch these pads up. You can see they're starting to get shiny again. Alright. So we're going to line this up with our stencil. Let's clean my stencil for a second. Has some old flux on there. Okay. There we go. We're going to tape the sides so we don't have this move around when we spread our thermal paste. So now we're going to grab some, not thermal paste, solder paste. Don't get those two confused. Alright, just plop a nice section of solder paste, and we're going to spread it. Nice evenly spread. Push down on every side, spread it from this angle. All right. And just grab a Q-tip and clean off the excess. That is the most satisfying part of the video. So if you got your cameras, everybody look now. I'm gonna apply some heat. And you're gonna see every ball, one by one, flow into place. I know sometimes the chip does stick to the stencil, so we're just going to reclamp it and pull it off, like so. And it appears that some balls did not stay on, which is fine because they were oxidated pads. You know, they probably didn't stick on as well. You're gonna have to reball some of those manually. Not the worst thing, but not the best thing either. Alright, that's one. Whoa. I don't want it to swim on me. Need more flux. Oh. No. Okay, there we go. Next ball. Alright, I just need 4 more. I'll be set. No, you bastard. You bastard. It's what I feared the most. Oh. Should I put this back on? No, I can't. Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna need to get a few balls in there. Unfortunately, that's too big. All right, 2 steps forward, 3 steps back. Let's continue. That one on. There we go. They just had to be oxidized, you know?
Have some balls.
I could use some balls, Paul.
That should be enough balls.
Thank you, Paul. Your balls are appreciated. Okay. Need some more flux. Flux is your best friend here because it'll help the ball stick to that as opposed to your tweezers. There we go. Little straggler. All right, and last one. Ah, I got cocky. Stop it. There we go. I'm gonna refill this one more time, get all the balls in place. And there we go. We have a reballed SMC. Perfect. Let's say I did that first try. Alright, what's going on with this one? Just a little solder? It's actually nothing. Okay. So we got our reballed SMC. Bring back the guy's machine. There we go. Back into focus. And now we're just gonna add a nice little layer of flux for the new chip to flow into place. Nice even coating. There we go. Alright, now you match the arrows with the arrows. So it's pointing to the right. So you see this arrow? Has it pointing to the right. Or if you look on the schematic, you can find the bulb. That's how I like doing that without looking at the schematic. So then we're gonna wiggle this, and you'll see, oh wait, let me turn on the brightness. Sorry. If you wiggle it around, it'll try to, the chip will eventually try to lock itself into position somewhere around, if the side would not stick, okay. Around here. Might be a little off center though. Try it again. Right there. Alright, fine. We win, I'll put it into place. Like so. So now I'm just gonna hold the chip in place. Like so. And I'm gonna heat it with my hot air until some solder balls melt. And then once some of them are melted, that means they're welded onto the board, which means I can let go of my tweezers. And now the chip's no longer moving because some balls are melted but some aren't. And I can just hit it with my hot air and it'll flow directly into position. So 1, 2, 3, swim into place. Just like so. Give it a nice little dance. And there we go. And as we can see, if I can pull this out enough, I probably can't get that angle actually. Maybe here. Yeah, kinda. No. You can't really see it. You probably see some of it. There we go. That's probably the best shot as I can get for you. All right. So back to our overhead cam. Let the board cool off for a moment. Rapid Cool technology. Alright. So if we were to turn on our multimeter software, I'm going to plug in our power supply. And we upgraded from 12.2 to 12.6, but our machine isn't turning on. That's a downgrade. Huh. What gives? Did I put you on wrong? Did I put a dead one on? I probably put a dead one on. It's on there. Probably put a dead one on. Again, the donor board I used, not the best looking. This is the second best one that has an SMC on. I do have a backup. This is the last one that has like a fairly good SMC, but if you look at the board actually flaking apart, not the best. But again, this machine's from 2012. We only have 2 SMCs left in the whole entire store. Let's see if it is turning on. Nope, still no power. Probably a dead SMC. Happens to the best of us. But there's nothing I can do about that. And if I were able to buy a brand new one, I'd be happy. I don't have to reball another. But 'tis just a way of life. We're gonna take our piece of junk off. Alright, now we just rinse and repeat for the other SMC. This is why I wanted to avoid this one in the first place, because it kind of looks beat up. But again, this is the final SMC in our store, and if we are unable to get this working with this one, then we're probably gonna call this a no fix, unfortunately. Alright, this SMC looks a lot better than the one I used. So this actually might be promising. So yeah, we're gonna wick all the balls. Q-tip to reveal which ones are oxidated, because again, 9-year-old machine, most of them might be oxidated. Thank you for the $5. This looks this is for some better luck in Dota. Yeah, Lewis and his Dota. Okay, so we do have like maybe 6 around here. Whew. Let's see. Give a nice little love scrape. The problem with oxidized pads is they don't like to take solder too well. So you'd have to scuff them up. All right. I don't know if I could use my old stencil, because I do have some solder balls stuck in there. I might have to poke them out. Let's see. Do I have balls in here? Huh, I don't. Alright, that's good. Nice. Alright, pop this bad boy back on. I don't want a repeat of what happened last time. I want to get rid of this. Make them nice and scuffy. You're going to accept solder whether you'd like it or not. There we go. Alright, and then we're going to grab our Captain tape. And try again. No harm in trying. Alright. Grab a paper towel for my paste. Pop the little booger down and spread it. Oh, yeah, sometimes you want to be careful. Saw that coming. I don't want this to spread anywhere. Okay. Alright, now this looks promising. Nice. There we go. And now we're gonna bring this to our new board, and hopefully we get it turning on again. Right, float into place. And now we cross our fingers. Yes, I checked the arrow. Right, just gonna let this cool off. Alright, here we go. Nice and warm. Fingers crossed. Get our meter out. Yep, okay. Plug it in, we got our green light, and we have power. Good. We're back to where we started. However, let's measure our PP bus, because that was our main issue. Right, got the board turning on, which is great, but this kind of sucks that I put a dead SMC on his machine. Wasted 30 minutes or so, but that's the way of life. That's how things go. Measure our PP bus. 12.5. Perfect. Now, the last thing that we want to check is, does our battery charge? And does the machine recognize it? So I'm just going to grab a test battery, and we're going to check that out. All right, now we're going to grab the right model battery, which is a 1382. And you can tell because it doesn't have a plug going this way, it's elongated because it plugs in this way. So we're going to plug you in as I struggle for a couple of seconds. And when we plug our charger in, you're going to see that it doesn't take more than, it takes way more than wait. That wasn't good. Hang on. Did I just see that? Did anyone else see that? Did the board just take 4 amps as soon as I plugged it in? Yes. Okay. Hang on. Something's not right. Unplug you. Well, we have a couple of more dilemmas on our hand. It looks like maybe a battery MOSFET is bad. Or there's a solder ball right here. I hope that's the culprit. Is this shorting something? This most likely is shorting something. Let's get rid of that. Okay, let's try again. There's our 3.5, and you should be like 20. Okay, that's fine. Did I put a bad ISL on? Or was it that solder ball that was doing something stupid? No, this wouldn't be shorting something. Maybe it's a bad ISL? Let's see. If I were to put some alcohol on our ISL, something should be getting hot immediately. Could be our ISL, could be the MOSFETs. Did I bridge something? No. Looks fine. Alright, let's plug in our battery. Okay. That's good to know. But something isn't right, and I'm not too sure what. Let's try a new ISL. You know what? Because I can't be certain. One second. Actually, yeah. Okay. Yeah, let's pull you off. It could be a bad ISL. It could be anything, honestly. But ISL is the easiest, shortest solution. It's like on iPhones, yeah, it's like, oh, just replace TriStar. Everything fixes everything. Replace ISL. So we do that. We flux. At least it didn't kill our SMC. Our SMC's fine. Still at 12.5. And it does recognize battery, it just won't charge the battery. Now, why it doesn't charge the battery is what I need to figure out. And I have two hypotheses. One being the ISL I put on might have been bad, because remember I put an SMC on that was bad. Yep. I just undid everything I just did. Stop it. I don't want to cut the wick. Okay. Battery MOSFET. Is it here or is it there? Alright, we're gonna open our schematic. And we're gonna see U7000, blah blah blah. Right here. Okay, so I'm gonna try to replace this battery MOSFET because sometimes that could be shorted, which is, yep, right underneath the battery, next to the RAM and all that good stuff. So we're gonna remove the RAM so we can heat this area properly. Let's see if we get any improvement from that. This kind of sucks because it's right next to a plastic it's right next to the plastic RAM holder, which may, and then it's right next to this, which may damage the plug slightly. But if I'm quick enough, probably won't do too much. Okay, get that out of there. Grab our new one. Oops. Board down. Sorry, I'll get this camera in focus in a second. Thank you, surface tension. You're my best friend. All right. Now, one more time. Let's see if this board turn on. Oh, let it cool down for a second. Overhead. Please let my hypothesis be true and I don't have to troubleshoot anymore. I want to go home. Bam. No, something else is wrong. Right. 1.7, 1.9, 2, 2, 2, 2. Yes! 11.7! Yes! Yes! Oh, crap. I missed move my tweezers. Okay. I'm going to see it. 6, 7. Can I get an 8? Give me an 8! Yes! Fixed! 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 Oh, okay. So, all this effort put into just because you plugged in the wrong battery, around an hour of work. Remember, whenever you're trying to do replacements, find out the exact model, exact year. Try the hardest you can possibly do to get everything right. You don't want to mess things up, send it back, or end up breaking your machine. So, anyway, I hope you guys learned something. Be sure to keep stock of every board possible in case you have a unicorn come in saying I need this, and you just call with your pants down. You choose the wrong dead chip. Apple, please sell SMCs. We're all out. All right. Thank you guys for tuning in. Goodbye. And stop recording. Oh. No. So yeah, it probably was the battery MOSFET. It could have been the ISL too. Usually, if you have something like this, you replace both because you don't want. The thing is, and the battery MOSFET could kill the SMC. So if you replace the SMC, you'll have the same issue because the battery MOSFET kills the SMC. So then you replace the battery MOSFET, but now you have a dead ISL. I mean, oh wait, no, shoot. The battery MOSFET kills the ISL, and then when you replace the ISL, it dies again. So you replace the MOSFET, but since you have a dead ISL, it'll kill the MOSFET maybe, and vice versa. So we've done that before. We went through like 5 or 6, and then you just end up replacing both, and you know it works just fine. Ha. Well, this was a fun time. I gotta get better at streaming. I'm not the best at talking and explaining myself. Also, sometimes things I expect to happen don't happen. Like, the SMC should have worked first try, you know? Just me things. And the balls on the SMC, I try not letting that happen. I've never, like, the last SMC that it had missing balls on was probably like 2019. I've never, like, that never usually happens, but since I'm streaming, happens. People make fun of me. They, oh, good job, bro. And I'm like, nah, I'm bad. I'm bad at what I do. All right, I gotta go fix some other things. Thank you all for for tuning in. I'm the one streaming, not you. I'll try to stream more often, probably, because no one else in the store wants to do it. And yeah, that's about it. Thank you guys. I will get better. I will try my hardest.